childhood, bits and pieces, of course, but specifically our first job. And in today's Page Turners, we've got a children's author who has quite the history in Central Illinois. His name is Dan Brown. He now lives in Orlando, Florida. And Dan, I can't blame you for moving south.
Well, come February, there are some dividends that come in, and sometimes when I call home, they don't want to hear about them. So,
I bet not. Well, hey, before we get into the book specifically, talk about your background. You grew up in Gibson City and have some ties to the Fighting Illini as well.
yes, absolutely. It was a great innocent time. The stage of the book was 50 years ago, half century. Wow. And Gibson City is and was and still is to this day an innocent, wonderful town to grow up in. And I was proud to be from there. And it was not too many job opportunities, but one guy showed me he was making some money when I was 10 years old. And I said, I got to find out about this. And so I did a little bit of research on it. And I did. I took up a job picking up night crawlers or dew worms for a man that had a fishing bait business in Gibson City. And as a result, I hearkened back to those days and wrote a book about it for my son, and kind of got surprised when the book started picking up a few awards and things like that.
Gotta like that. It's called Second House from the Corner. My first real job, dew worms, and it sounds like one of those first jobs that you can't easily forget, huh?
Well, you know, being 10 years old, if you had a flashlight, if you had a backyard, if you had a little bit of dirt, and if the soil was moist, or if the evening had a light drizzle to it, those earthworms will come right out of the ground. And we found out there was a man in town that would pay the kids 2 cents a worm to go pick them up. And I saw one of my buddies go get a brand new bicycle as a result of it. And I said, you know what? How can I get a bike? And at 10, let me just say, your job opportunities are somewhat limited, whether it's Champaign or Gibson City.
Absolutely. Well, and later, by the time you got to college, you were a football player and had a chance with the University of Illinois, huh?
Well, yes, I did. I played 2 seasons for the Fighting Illini, and matter of fact, one of the legendary players, Dan Beaver, still one of my best friends. We talk to him daily, almost. He's a missionary in the Philippines now, and I played 2 seasons with Illinois. And when Illinois did fire the coach that they had at the time, Bob Blackman, there just didn't seem to be a place for me. So I went down and finished my career at Mississippi State University, and I married a Southern girl that she's so Southern she could get 3 syllables out of the word cake.
That's how you make an accent sound Southern. You just add more syllables to the same word. How did your ideas turn into a book? What made that transition for you?
Okay, I guess that started with my son. When he was a little boy, he'd go to bed, and I always wanted to have a story, a bedtime story, not something scary or something to have him waking up with a nightmare, but something with a little bit of adventure, something that would have a little positive spin to it, something that would get his creative mind going. And so I spent a lot of time just trying to think of a bedtime story, and I credit my wife when she said, you really ought to write these down. If you don't, you're going to forget them. And I did. To her credit, I spent one summer writing down some of these stories. I put them in a box, and I found the box in 2017, and I had written them back in 1987.
Wow, wow. Well, I don't want to run out of time, but I do want to make sure we show some of the illustrations in this book. This one happens to have WCIA on it. Tell me the story quickly about who does the illustrations and how you came up with them.
Okay, the illustrations are done by a gentleman in Mexico City. I've never met him, but he came highly recommended, and he's done all 3 of the books. But the WCIA, that was, growing up, that was pre-cable, folks. That was the only channel we could get in Gibson City, unless we had overcast skies. Then Decatur would phase in and out just a little bit. But WCIA, I grew up with Mr. Roberts doing the weather, and I grew up with all the Illini forecasts and such. And I really think that had a lot to do with my joining the Fighting Illini after I graduated from Gibson City High School.
Well, Dan, this is really well done, and we're going to point people your direction in case they want a great book for their kids or their grandkids. Best of luck to you. Do you have any more in the works?
No, well, I do have some in the works. I've got three already. I have Eli, Pride of the Yazoo River, and the very first one was Mr. Chance Collins. And so there's three out there, and I'm under the name of Daniel Brown because, as some people would know, Dan Brown's been taken.
Yeah, yes, it has. He had a pretty good movie for a couple of his books. All right, Dan, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon. If you want details on this book and the others that he's written, we'll connect you to his Facebook page through our Facebook page. Just search C.